So this is just going to be a daily reminder where I just talk about the daily reminder that I discussed today. All right. So really being grateful for your journey. That's something that's extremely important, especially as an author, because a lot of times, bro, like, and I don't mean it to sound pessimistic, but truthfully, a lot of things suck, and I don't know that people understand that. Like, you eventually get so used to your feelings being secondary, hurt, not acknowledged, or not really helpful in getting forward so much that you learn to turn them off. Like, I'm having book signings and I'm in the moment, but I'm not in the moment because I got to think about what I'm going to do next. I think when we're having these conversations, especially when we're talking about, our daily reminders and the things that we're getting into and how we feel about things, there's always this understanding of what it's supposed to be. Like, even when I'm giving you advice, I'm basing it off of what it should be or what it's supposed to be, when in all reality that's really not how it works. A lot of times the way this stuff works is that you do a bunch of stuff and hopefully something happens. Some days great things happen, other days nothing happens, and as an author, it feels like a lot of days are nothing happening more than something actually happening, which is why I'm saying to be grateful for that journey, because you're going to experience so many days of like, oh my God, what is this? Why am I doing this? Why did I pick this? Um, I liken it to college. Like, when I went away to school, there were days when I was not happy. Yes, I love my HBCU. We had a great time. It was all the things. It was amazing. Shout out to Lincoln LU 1854, first HBCU for sure. Yes, I'm indoctrined, okay? But at the end of the day, there were days I was up there and I hated it. I was like, I miss the city. I hate being up here. We were in the middle of nowhere. So we were in Oxford, Pennsylvania, Amish town. I mean, people know Lincoln now because of that shooting at homecoming, but RIP to the victim. But I hated it. I hated being up there for so long. Like, I would never want to do college over to be there. I would want to do it to be with the gang again, but never to have to be in that area. And you know what? That's not something I was able, my friends having access to them 24/7, us just being able to be free thinkers and be on campus and get the RBG flag raised up, all that type of stuff I took for granted, because in the moment I wasn't really like appreciating it. It just was what it was. I was in it. Now, 10 years later, which is crazy to say, it's like, dang, so we had some good times. Like, now I'm reminiscing on all the good times, but when I was there, I couldn't act like there was a good time. That is all I'm trying to say about this author journey. You don't want to get into it and be treating yourself, treating your art, treating your journey as if it's just this thing that you're going through rather than something that you actually want to achieve and accomplish. Okay. When you're working on your book, you don't see failure in your mind. Now, it's there. We always have the thought that we could fail. There are times you get in front of that blank screen and you like, what am I doing this for? This is trash. People not even gonna like this. Like, people, this is corny. And it's like, yo, that shit lasts, but it don't last long because you always come back. You always come back to it anyway and keep going. Okay? So when you're doing it, it's gonna feel like, I don't want to do this. I could be doing something better. There's so many other things that I could do at this moment in time. And it's like, yo, yeah, there's 1,000 different things you could be doing at this moment in time. But right now, this is what you're doing. You said you're going to be an author. And the journey is showing you, yo, you didn't even know what a preposition was when this first started, okay? Your English teachers were ashamed of you if they could only see you now. Okay, I'm not saying you're going to be great, that you're going to be the best writer ever, and your English is going to be amazing, and everybody's going to love you, and it's going to be amazing. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying to you. But what I am saying is that it is your journey. Like literally no one else can live this journey. No one else can do this journey but you. And if you gonna say it's trash, then guess what? It's gonna be trash. There's no way it's gonna get better. There's no way you're gonna grow. There's no way you're gonna see your growth if you are not appreciating the journey that you're in. I am not gonna sit up here and as I've stated about school, like I'm not gonna act like this is my everyday. I appreciate every day I wake up and I'm looking up and I'm like another day above ground. Nah, I'm human. I got days where I hate my life. I got days where I just am not feeling myself. Where I feel like this is not. I don't want to be around. I don't want to work. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do anything. I just don't want to have to. I have those days, and when I have those days, I acknowledge that's what it is. Doesn't mean that I handle it in the most healthy ways all the time because I'm a human. But I am acknowledging that these things are happening so that when they do come, I do know what it is. Because let me tell you something. My author journey is dope as hell to me. All right. I started writing books when I was a kid. I was writing in the composition notebooks. I was writing horror stories. This is what I was doing to kill time as a kid just because I had the ideas and I wanted to do it. You know, like let me write this story and let me see what happens. And I had a great time doing that. So as an adult, I love it because I've been doing it. But my first book wasn't a horror story. My first book was a poetry book. Why? Because that's what I was doing at that time in my life. I'm still doing poetry. I'm still dropping poetry books. You know, shout out to the Experiment 3 dropping on November 30th. But what I am saying is that I've always been doing this. So when I look at my author journey, I'm not just talking to grown Maurice. You know, I'm looking at little Maurice, baby Maurice, who saw that who had these imagined, you know, who loved his friends, you know, Sade, Veer, Jean, you know, Victoria, Diamond. We was all in the book. We was all in my books. Like when I was little writing, that's who was in my stories. My best friends from school or people that I loved high, I looked up to and loved. Like I put them in my stories because that's what my imagination was doing. That's what I wanted to do. That's how I was pushing the envelope for myself. So that is part of my author journey. And when I'm looking at it, yes, I did have a book signing in the Schaumburg Library, one of the most historical libraries in New York City for the Harlem Renaissance. I did have book signings in Delaware. I've been around. And I get to do all of this with my best friend. My author journey is so dope because my best friend was the one who was like, yo, bro, when you gonna put the book out? What's up with the book? You said you gonna drop a book. Where's the book at? You said you was gonna put a book out. That is my author journey. My best friend put me up to say, you gonna put this book out and gave me the fire to do it. And I did it. Okay. I didn't have all the what's the word? I didn't have the drive or the fire when I dropped my book, but my family did. My mama, my daddy, my aunties, my uncles, my cousins, my grandmother, like everybody saw my book. My granddaddy got to be here to see me drop my first book. He passed the next year, but he got to be here to see me do it. My author journey is full of so many highlights. Yes, there are definitely some low points that I can talk about and make you feel better about your situation by telling you how bad mine was, but I don't like to sit in that. So I won't. I won't do it. That's not what I'm here to do. What I'm really here to do is push us because this is a part of my author journey. At one point, I was just trying to be an author. Now I am motivating other people to be authors. I can't see that when I'm writing a book. I can't see that when I'm stressing over the book, when I'm stressing over the outline, when I'm stressing over my feelings, when I'm stressing over the characters. I can't see none of that. But once it's all over and I get that time to sit and I get that time to think to myself, I get to look at this and say, nah, bro, it's not just that stress you feeling. It's so many aspects of who you are that makes this author journey yours to encapsulate and yours to hold on to. So I want y'all to have that same feeling for your author journey, okay? Be grateful, be humbled, be proud. And if you're not proud, do something to make yourself proud of yourself, okay? Now, that's my little spiel for today. Shout out to y'all for pulling up. Y'all keep thriving, y'all keep striving, and remember, you got this.